Hello YouTubers, welcome to another video. I've got my thinking hat on today, as you may see. Not sure why, but might be good to do some thinking now and then, especially these times. This is another RCU video where I show you some of the latest records that I've listened to, and in some cases latest albums that I bought. First of all, I'd like to talk about the Swedish Music Hall of Fame, who inducted a couple of new legends yesterday, and who did they invite to this interesting bunch of Swedish music legends? Well, Max Martin was one. It's a bit weird that he hasn't been inducted earlier, because I mean he's probably one of the most successful commercial songwriters of the modern era, of this millennia anyway. And who else? Well, yeah, the jazz bass player Georg Riedel, great jazz legend, still alive, and in Sweden mostly known for composing the music for the Astrid Lindgren films, like, well, Emil i Lönneberga, Karlsson på taket, what else? Bröderna Lejonhjärta. I'm saying all the titles in Swedish now, but never mind. Who else? Well, this guy, finally, Pugh Rogefeldt. This is his debut album from 1969, Ja det är det. One of the first Swedish rock stars who knew that you could actually sing rock in Swedish, which was unheard of before. And well, and this is his first famous album that has meant quite a lot to Swedish pop music since then. And he's still quite active, as far as I know. Another one that is this beautiful girl, Lill Lindfors. The singer Lill Lindfors, and artist, stage artist. This is her soul. I think this is her debut album from 1967. It's definitely her most famous one, because you find it everywhere on the flea markets, and if you find it, buy it, because it's very, very good. It's not just a very pretty sleeve, it's also a very great album of very nice pop music with her lovely voice and in a bit of a bossa nova style. She was also, those of you interested in Eurovision Song Contest, she sang a duet with Svante Thuresson in 1966, came in second for Sweden, Ny Gammal Vals, but also she was the host of the 1985 Eurovision Song Contest, and she's the one who dropped, or who dropped her dress. Now you know who it is. Those of you who didn't. All right. And also the legend that I've been talking about so many times, Povel Ramel. Finally, I'm a member of the, or not an active member, but a passive member of the Povel Ramel Appreciation Society. And every year when the new people are presented who have been inducted into the Swedish Music Hall of Fame, and they say, why hasn't he been invited? Why hasn't he been inducted yet? Yeah. But now, finally. Yeah, by the way, his widow passed away a couple of days ago. She was just over 100 years old. Rest in peace, Susanna Ramel. Alright, enough about that. I've been already waffling for 5 minutes, almost. Let's move back in time to the early 70s and to Ramel, because his son, Mikael Ramel, He's also a celebrated artist here, still active, still alive. And he made his first album in 1972. And it's this one, Till Day, which is one of my absolute favorite albums, one of the best debut albums I've ever heard. It was reissued on red vinyl on Record Store Day a couple of days ago, or a couple of years ago. And also, he started to do concerts in, I think it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, where he played this whole album as a concert together with some other great musicians from the band. What's the name? Baby Grandmothers? Yeah. I mean, we talk about Kenny Håkansson guitar, Bella Linnarsson drums, and Göran Lagerberg on bass. And also the immensely talented keyboard player Mats Öberg. And they've been touring with the Till Day band. And also last year it was issued on a double album, the concert version of the 2019 concert version of the 1972 studio album. It's like, of course I had to have it, and it's great. It's great. The songs are great, and he's great. Right. Let's move on then. Some new records that I bought lately. These are some old RSD from Black Friday last year. I don't know if we had any Record Store Day here in Black Friday. So these are American issues, but they have found their way to Sweden. This is I Don't Like the Way This Words Treated Me by Woody Guthrie. It's a 10-inch, 45 RPM record with 2 recordings of that song. One which he sings a cappella and one that he sings with guitar accompaniment by Jeff Tweedy. And also we have 2 recordings of the song Old Man Trump. Yeah. Or Beach Haven Ain't My Home, also known as Old Man Trump. One with Ryan Harvey featuring Andy DeFranco and Tom Morello, and one with US Elevator. Nice little issue. Okay, I have to admit, I think they are expensive, very expensive, but I have such a love for these 78 RPM replicas that have been issued lately for Record Store Day. I bought 2, I think last year, and these 2 I bought now. First we got Blind Willie Johnson, It's Nobody's Fault But Mine, and Dark Was the Night, Cold Was the Ground. I think recordings from 1928, but issued, last year. And they have a Columbia label that wasn't probably used in USA, but it looks like a European Columbia label from the time, so it's not as awful as one would expect, even though I'm quite sure that Blind Willie Johnson wasn't issued on record back in 1928 in Europe. I may be wrong. I'm not an absolute expert on that, but it seems unlikely. Also, the man who sold his soul to the devil, Robert Johnson, Walking Blues and Sweet Home Chicago. Looks like this on Vocalion. I think the original Vocalion label for this actual 78 RPM original would have been blue and gold. So this is more of a, I think this is, I'm not an expert. No, I shouldn't really talk about which label designs were used at what era, because when it comes to 78 RPMs, okay, I know Swedish labels, but American labels, also which were used there in the US, which were used in England. Was even Vocalion used in England? I'm not sure about that. So no, let's move on. Anyway, as I said, I've got 78 RPM on my Torrens turntable, and you're playing them with a regular microgroove stylus for vinyl, so it's no problem playing them. This is good for picture. So very nice. They are a bit expensive, but what do you know? Right, let's move on. There was a record sale at the record store in Stockholm City. I'm one of those who's still out there working because I have that kind of job. But some days ago I felt I haven't been to a record store for a long time. Went to Stockholm City. Very empty in the streets. But in the record store they had a big sale. They had lowered the prices on many of the regular issues, so I bought myself a bunch. I bought more than the things I'm showing in this video, but I haven't listened to it yet. So I bought this. I didn't have this before. Anna Järvinen, Buren. I think it's her 4th album. I didn't have it before. It's her latest album. It's from 2015. Swedish singer-songwriter with, I think, Finnish background, or is she a Swedish-Finnish or Finnish-Swedish? Not sure. I think she usually was a teacher, but then ended up more active in the music business. Very soft, very gentle, very melancholic. It's very dreamlike. I've been a great fan of Anna Järvinen and her music since I first heard her, maybe 10, 15 years ago, 10 years ago at least. Okay. Stax Country. This was also on sale. It's a compilation with country recordings from the Stax label, or not the Stax label, but the Stax record company. I think most of these were issued on the label Enterprise. Not sure though, I think so. But many of these artists, I never heard of them, but I'm not an expert on country. And I didn't even know that Stax were into the business of country music. I think I'm more of soul when I think about Stax. But it's decent, nice country music, even if I wouldn't think Stax when I hear it. Alright, I also bought the Cardigans records that I didn't have before. And I've listened to 2 of them, the 2 first ones. Live, no, I was going to show you this one. Emmerdale and Live. From the, I think they were from 94 and 95, the year before their big breakthrough. We've got Nina Persson on the sleeve here, in her young blonde days. Very soft, very happy-go-lucky, very easy listening. Her sweet voice and very, well, jazzy, airy, breezy arrangements, nice pop songs. They became a bit heavier later, and I think that was probably a nice way to develop. But the Cardigans, they made 6 albums, and they always tried to develop in different directions, and they were never really boring. They have started playing together again lately, but they've also said that no, there won't be any new music from us, but who knows what might happen in the future. So that was Cardigans, and I think that's it for now. Trying to keep this going, even though when times are difficult, but maybe it's even more important that we are around, showing each other music, inspiring each other, and playing our records. And with those words, thank you for watching, and bye bye.